Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Let's talk about it. Come on in, come on in. Let's talk about it. We got a couple of things that we got to talk about. This was not a scheduled live, but we want to talk about a couple of things. USC football, we got some updates as far as USC coaches visiting. You guys know I did a video about that yesterday about USC coaches. Are they dropping the ball? I don't think they are. I'm gonna talk about a little bit of that, kind of elaborate on that as to why. But come on in, everybody. Happy Tuesday to everybody, man. I hope everybody is having a blessed Tuesday. But we got to talk about Jaden Rashada, man. Jaden Rashada is in the news once again, and he's in the news for another reason. And it's not because he's switching schools. Come on in, everybody. We'll tap in. Big Brian Jenkins. What's up, big dog? What's up with you? Brian, what's good, fam? You just read the article. We're going to talk about that. Raul, what's up, my man? Come on in, everybody. We got 36 in here. That's going to keep building up. Come on in. Fight on, everybody. What's up with you, man? What's up? Hey, so look, man, let's talk about it. Jaden Rashada is in the news once again, and he is officially suing the coaches for Florida. Well, the head coach for Florida. And here's the thing, man. Big dog, what's up, family? Hey, what's up, Graham fam? What's up with you, man? Everything good? Absolutely, Yay area, man. Hey, the Yay area all the way up with it. What's good, fam? Hey, so here's the thing, though. We talked about NIL multiple times, right? We've talked about the transfer portal, and really, I'm kind of hot. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, man, because there are several guys all across the board. I was kind of going back and forth this morning with a guy on Twitter. I wasn't even going back and forth. Let me say, forgive me for that. But this guy put up, and I'm gonna read it to you, and I'm not gonna mention no names, but he put this up this morning in regards to Jaden Rashada. This is what he said this morning. And this is why it frustrates me, because you guys know I've been trying to give you the information as it relates to the transfer portal, the NIL. I've been trying to tell you guys that this has not been regular recruiting. This is not recruiting as we know it. And we got to factor in everything. And I talk to everybody, and I try to tell them, look, it's about NIL. But here's the statement that he put up. He put this up. He says, this is proof. This is proof this whole NIL thing is out of whack. And my thing is this. Oh, really? So now we want to address the fact that the NIL is out of whack when yours truly, USCJ, been bringing you this information about the transfer portal NIL. I told you before that Lincoln Riley's hands were tied and as it relates to the transfer portal. Hands were tied as it relates to the NIL. You cannot separate the transfer portal from the NIL. These two things go together, hand in hand. And so this is one of the things that we really got to understand. And now we see, and we're going to start seeing some situations like this. Big dog, what's up? Go Dogs, all the way from Big Georgia fan. What's up with you, family? Hey, so this is the situation. Brandon, what's up? Is that the transfer portal NIL go together. And we're going to start seeing situations. We're going to start seeing situations like this come out more. We heard a little bit about it with Texas A&M. You guys remember some of the Texas A&M players? There was an article that came out. I can't remember exactly what player, but they talked about the money that was promised to them that they never got. A lot of these guys are promised millions and millions of dollars in the transfer portal, but they never get. They're not getting it. And this is what we got to understand as it relates to the transfer portal. We're probably going to start seeing more stories like this of unpaid money and guys suing coaches, guys suing boosters that are promising money. And so when we talk about USC, when we talk about some of the things that they need to do and playing it safe and not even trying to go after these guys, because here's the thing. If you don't have the money in the bank, and if you're promising these guys money, and if they're signing contracts, they expect you to pay up, right? They expect you guys to absolutely pay up. USCJ, what's the deal with Gus Cordova? His Twitter profile has an Oregon picture as the background. I don't even know. I didn't even see that. We'll get into that later. I don't even know. I haven't saw that at all. But here's the thing. When you look at these guys and the payments that they're owed, these payments are going to have to be paid up. Now, it's this guy, top of the morning. What's up, big dog? These guys are going to have to pay these guys the money. So here's the article, and it's dealing with Jaden Rashada. And Jaden Rashada is suing the head coach. Let me pull this article back up. Here it is. QB Jaden Rashada sues Florida coach Billy Napier, among others, over botched $13.85 million. $13.85 million. Jaden Rashada is owed. Now, here's some of the article. Georgia quarterback. This is from CBS Sports. Per CBS Sports, Jaden Rashada has sued Florida coach Billy Napier, top Gators booster, Hugh Headcock, and former Florida staffer Marcus Castro Walker over a failed name, image, and likeness deal that have paid the quarterback, that was supposed to have paid the quarterback $13.85 million, according to the lawsuit filed in federal court on Tuesday. The bombshell lawsuit, which features the unprecedented action of the active SEC quarterback suing a setting rival head coach, is the most notable NIL-related lawsuit to date. In many ways, Rashada became the face of a chaotic nature of early NIL that was full of big promises, little oversight, on the heels of his Florida deal falling apart. The complaint filed in the Pensacola Division of the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Florida details a number of counts alleging Napier and others of fraudulently induced Rashada. Listen, you know what this is saying? That these guys offered them money, and they offered him money to really persuade him to come to a place, and they never probably even had the funds. And this is what we're dealing with when we're talking about NIL. This thing is an absolute mess. This is the situation with Jaden Rashada. And this is why I'm telling you, USC is going to tread very, very lightly with the NIL, because you want to make sure you have those funds in there. And when we look at USC class, I think that we're showing up the class by maybe putting all the funds with the 2025 class. When you look at the 2025 class right now, you see where we're at. And I'm going to pull this up real quick. This is the 2025 class. This is the Big Ten ratings right now, with USC sitting at the number 2 spot. And let me pull this back up here. Let's see. Let me see here. Let's pull it back up. Okay, there we go. And you see Ohio State is going to be number 1 in the 2025 Big Ten ratings right now. And then USC is going to be number 2. USC, if they continue on, with the momentum that they have right now, USC will have the number 1 class, not only in the Big Ten, but will have the number 1 class in the country. Ohio State currently has the number 1 class in the country right now as far as the recruiting rankings. And so, look, man, I'm telling you guys right now, we don't have to worry about the transfer portal as much if we just can develop some of these guys that we have. And for all those who are wondering why USC doesn't have these guys in the transfer portal, it's dealing with the same type of situation with Jaden Rashada. These guys have agents. You guys know Jaden Rashada has an agent as well. And these guys are negotiating their deals directly with these agents. And now Florida can't even capitalize on the deal. They can't even capitalize on nothing because they don't have the money, essentially don't have the money in the bank. USC is not going to fall victim to that. Instead of just promising you some money and telling you to come, they're not even going to be in a bidding war. You guys know Brian Kelly, he just said it the other day. They're not going to have a bidding war, with certain players. Look, why pay a player a ton of money, a player that is not as good? Because let's face it, Suggs, Harmon's the only one that I can give you guys that maybe say he's a big body, but still, the money that I heard, somebody just texted me the other day and said, Jay, I heard that Harmon got $1.8 million. $1.8 million. Are you kidding me? USC's not about to give him no 1.8 million. He's not a second round. Second round draft picks. I don't even think they get. My buddy, he played for the Raiders. He played tight end. I don't even think he got I don't even think he got $1.8 million. It might have went up since then. But come on, man. You think we about to give you $1.8 million to play for 1 year and you could possibly get hurt? Are you serious? I mean, you talking about 1 year? Are you really worth $1.8 million? Are you going to make $1.8 million in the NFL? Is your draft stock good enough to make $1.8 million in the NFL? Are you going to be a third or fourth round pick? Is your production? Because when I looked at the production, Bear Alexander had more production than you last year. So are you going? Bear Alexander's not even getting $1.8 million. Ask me how I know. I know that. So are you think we're going to give you that and you want to negotiate that much? Are you serious? Come on, man. Yes, we need the players. We always going to say that. We're going to continue to say that. We need the depth, but we're not going to go out on a limb and just be lost in the sauce. But you got guys like Suggs. You got guys like I'll get to some of these. You got guys like Suggs that's not as good as maybe Elijah Hughes, right? You got guys like and we still might get them. You got guys like Myers, Gavin Myers, who's coming from Wyoming. He's maybe not as good as Elijah Hughes or Anthony Lucas, but we'll take him. We'll take him for the depth. That doesn't mean that we want them. That doesn't mean that we don't want players. But we're not gonna overpay for guys that are not better than the guys we have. If that's the case, let's keep what we got. That's how the coaches are probably looking at this thing, man. That's what I want a lot of people to really understand and really get. Let me get to this real quick. We got 130 people in here, man. Everybody hit that like button, hit that share button. 1.8 million jobs just for, man, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, let me look at his numbers for the year. Let me read his numbers. I brought this to you guys before, but look at his year. Look at his numbers. I'm gonna put it up right quick, and I want you guys to really think about this. Think about this. We're not talking. Okay, Derek Harmon, 6'5", 320 pounds. 2023, he had 40 total tackles. Listen to this closely. 40 tackles, 16 solo, 24 assists, 1.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble. Remember that number. Let me pull up Bear Alexander. He had 40 total tackles. Bear Alexander. I really wish people would understand this instead of crying out. Okay, Derek Harmon had 40 tackles. Here's what Bear Alexander had. 47 tackles, 27 solo tackles, 20 assists, 1.5 sacks. Now, here's the deal. We could argue that a guy like Derek Harmon, because they just had a big-time defensive tackle that just went to, I want to say Florida State or Miami, we could argue that Derek Harmon had better help. So you know what that means? He had way better depth and way better help on the Michigan State defensive line. So you know what that means? That means that Derek Harmon should have had way more production than a guy like Bear Alexander. But no, Derek Harmon had 40 total tackles, right? He had 1.5 sacks. Here's what Bear Alexander had. 47 total tackles, 27 solo, 20 assists, 1.5 sacks. So why isn't Derek Harmon numbers through the roof compared to Bear Alexander's? You know why? Because maybe that production isn't really there like the way we all perceiving it. But yet still, they're asking for $1.8 million. Man, get out of here. Who's going to pay $1.8 million and for a production that's not better than Bear? Like I said, I don't think Bear is getting $1.8 million. So why would we give him $1.8 million? And his production is not even close, not even where Bear Alexander. Plus, you had better help on the defensive line because your defensive lineman, your other co-defensive lineman that was there with you just went to Florida State or one of those schools and signed with somebody. So, man, come on, bro. But we ain't thinking. We crying. We tripping. We're not thinking about the real situation, which is the reality of production. The NILs off the rails. Absolutely. They have to reel these recruits back into the real. They have to, bro. Like, this thing has got to stop, man. $1.8 million is it. Thank you. $1.8 million is Caleb money. Why would he get Caleb money? Look, man, suit me up. Put me out there. Look, I'll go play. Look, I'll pay for $200. That's a joke. But I'm just saying, really? I love the program that much. You ain't got to pay me. I love the program that much. What's up, Jay? Grind and rock. Everybody fight on. Hey, what's up, Keith? How you doing, my brother? Hey, fight on. Tell him, Jay, $1.8 million straight up lost in the sauce. That's crazy. Like, who's gonna, who is he's not worth $1.8 million. I'm telling you that. The man is not worth it. It's crazy. Why would we pay someone to compliment? Exactly. He's what I call an accessory. he's not, I mean, absolutely going to compliment Bear more than playing Bear. It makes no sense, bro. That's what we got to understand. But now, not only do we have that situation, but we don't want to be in a situation to where we're with Jaden Rashada. For those who are coming on, we got 150 people in the chat. 150 people in the chat. And, you know, you even look at Dominique Williams as well. Dominique Williams, from my understanding, was requiring $800,000. That's a lot of money. Like I said, I don't think Bear Alexander's even getting that. So, look, man, it is what it is, man. I mean, people got to wake up. They got to smell the coffee. They got to understand this Jaden Rashada, this whole situation. It's absolutely, it's insane. And Jaden Rashada is looking for his $13 million. They should have never promised it to him if they weren't going to pay it to him. Now, Jaden Rashada is looking for his money, and it is what it is. Rightfully so. Go get your money, man. I mean, look, you're not let off the hook because of that. You know, get the money. It is what it is. And I'm sure, I hope they got a written contract. I hope they do. I don't see them bringing this to the forefront. If they didn't, I'm feeling Dabo will approach more and more this year. Look, you know, Dabo's doing what he got to do. But at the end of the day, yes, the reason you need transfer portal players right now is because everybody else is doing it. And so in order to keep up, everybody else is doing it. So to me, to just kind of neglect it altogether, to me, that's a crazy way to go, man. And that's a risky way to go to me. If you're Dabo Swinney, I understand he wants to do it the old school way, you know, and my problem is this. Let's just keep it real as it relates to this completely. My problem is, as it relates to Dabo Swinney, is that, and the same thing with Nick Saban. These guys wanted to do it under the table, keep it under the table, and have the brown bag handshakes. But now that it's out in the front where everybody could do it, you know, it's not fair anymore. They want to be so-called old school. Listen, old school is just simply just doing it under the table. Everybody's always been getting paid. If we just want to keep it 100, everybody has been getting it paid. Dabo Swinney approach, the only reason he wants to keep doing it like that is because they have more control. They were able to get all the guys they want under the table, secret brown bag handshake type stuff. And so that's the problem with him. Fight on, my brother, fight on. People are tripping. Hey, absolutely. It is what it is. The players are shooting themselves in the foot. Thank you. And the reason they are, let me tell you why. Because it's no more about getting developed. Not only getting developed, it's no more about college education. Like, are you even considering your education? Look at how many times Jaden Rashada has left school. Like, not one time have I heard Jaden Rashada mention anything going to Florida for my education. I went to Miami because of my education. I went to Arizona State because of my education. I went to Georgia because of my education. It's like the heck with the education. Like, at this point, how are you even qualified? Are you staying in class long enough to even make these transfers? It's unbelievable. Your college education don't even matter at this point. Everybody's trying to get the bag off the top. I hope Dabo keeps it up. Gator Bowl for the hey, absolutely. They're gonna play. Dabo gonna play in the banana split bowl. That's what he gonna play in straight up. If he keep that attitude, Dabo will be playing in the banana split Clemson Bowl. Gator Bowl for them for the good old days. Absolutely. NIL on the portal in arms race. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, USC Priority, what's up, big dog? What's up with you? We living in the national. It's I'm telling you, man, it is a horrible time to live right now in college football. It's just like you don't know one day from the next. Guys can just up and get out of here, transfer at any time they want to, And the situation is it's insane, man. I don't even know it's hard to even gauge anything as it relates to college football. Like, at what point does development count? At what point does building relationships with teammates? You know what I mean? You got to build relationships. You got to, have fun with your friends. But like, at what point does that matter? That doesn't even matter no more. Dudes are just bouncing around like it's crazy. USC finna shock the world. I believe so, man. I believe so, and I hope so. What's up, big dog Gilbert? You hit it right on the head, brother, right on the nail. You hit no education is even important. No, it's stupid. Like, college doesn't even matter. Like, these guys are not even worried about school. It has nothing to do with anything anymore. It is not even, it's about the school aspect, but then it's just about relationships, man. Like, you don't know how to persevere in life. You don't know how to maneuver in life unless you really been through something. Like, not only can you not run away from a situation, and you got these guys that are not necessarily, some guys are starter on teams and then some are not, but you got guys that can't start for the current school, so they bounce up out of there. Now, I do understand some situations warrant the transfer portal. Some situations, you transfer because you want another opportunity. It might be some politics. We know we dealt with that. Alex Grinch situation, you deal with that. We understand there's a different aspect of it that warrants the transfer portal. But then, you got guys you guys know I just brought the article to you about what NIL is really all about. And the article was from Athlon Sports, and it talked about how guys are being contacted, and guys are not even in the portal yet, and they've already been offering deals. They're being messaged, all of these different things that are taking place. And Nick Saban, we told you, Nick Saban actually put that information out there during the NFL draft. We dealt with that as well. He actually said that they contacted a player from Toledo, but he wasn't in the portal yet, and he wasn't willing to come out the portal. Nick Saban basically told on himself, confessed it, but then he was the same one that wanted to go to Congress. So look, man, the whole thing is a mess. You got coaches that are trying to be advocates of doing the right thing, but then they're guilty as well. So, man, it is what it is. They want to get paid like pros. They have to play like pros. Exactly. I mean, who's going to pay you anything if you want to play? I mean, come on, bro. Like 1.8 million. They need to. I mean, here's the thing. Here's the question I want to know from you guys. If we got Derek Harmon, would Derek Harmon change the trajectory of USC season? I'm just asking you. That one player, that's what I want to know. One player, one single player, and that's Derek Harmon. Is Derek Harmon going to cause us to go to the championship just with Derek Harmon? That's the question I want to know. If it's yes, pay the $1.8 million. If it's no, I'm not paying him no $8.8 million for one season. If you can't change our season, the only person that can change anybody's season is Caleb Williams, right? The only person that can change anybody's season is a guy like a quarterback who's going to be a major difference maker, a Caleb Williams that has that type of effect to control the whole game. Derek Harmon, one person cannot change the way our season is going to go. Can he add a depth to us? Absolutely. Can he help us to win some games? Maybe. But he's not going to cause us to go to the championship. If you guys think otherwise, hit me in the comment section. These are players practice squad. Yeah. Blackie Chan, what's up, big dog? We got 154 people in here. Everybody hit that like button, hit that share button. College athletes, it's becoming in danger. Yeah, it is in danger. A semi-pro league, it's inevitable. It is. And I just saw I did a video last week about the collective bargaining. That thing could really be getting ready to come back. It's crazy. Come back up. It looks like they can get ready to decide with the collective bargaining thing. So we'll see what happens with that. The Trojans roster is good. We just got to stay the course. Absolutely. Develop high school talent and bring in portal players that want to be Trojans. The players have horrible advisors. Yeah. And are short-sighted. I totally agree, man. And like I said, it's the advisors. And my thing is, what about your parents? My dad would have told me, son, stay the course. you don't just run from a situation. You don't just, you know what I mean? All money ain't good money. Now, you may get to that situation and just really just flab out. And so you can stay at a place where you at and really get developed, build the relationships, and improve your stock. But guys are not looking for the stock rising. They're looking for the short-term success. And like I told you guys before, the long game is not the NIL. The long game is the NFL. If you're a good enough player to make it to the NFL, and by the way, there's a 1% chance that most guys are going to make it to the NFL. But if you're good enough to make it to the NFL, stay where you at, get developed, and rise your stock up that way. But hey, it is what it is. What's to blame the parents or their reps? Who's to blame the parents or the reps? Man, I totally agree. I do. Don't forget those high school coaches are in the ears. Yeah. All of it's getting bad. They're all of it. All of it is. I love Justice Terry's approach. I love it too, man. He's very, very well spoken. It looks like he's really taken to Eric Henderson very, very well. He wants to develop in education. Yep. He loves that USC offers a degree he really wants, and how Henderson will make him a better player. Some guys can see it. I wish every guy could really see that way. I wish every guy was looking at it and approached it from that way. Justice Terry is one of those unique. He's a unique guy, very unique. Like the Torch crew in here. Absolutely. Everybody subscribe to that channel, man. Like the Torch, man. Those guys doing a great job. My man Brandon's on there, Blackie Chan and Raul. Blackie Chan here too. Fight on to all those guys, man. Gordon, what's happened with that Texas A&M center? Man, I haven't heard anything else about him. You guys know he came on a visit. I don't know what's going on with him. You guys know Brandon Lane just committed to Louisville yesterday, so they're out of the mix for him as well. In this conversation, probably one of the best shows that Sleep done, keeping it real. Hey, man. Hey, man. Look, we try to tell the truth, man. People can either receive it or people can even reject it. I told you guys, we need transfer portal players, but at what expense? And I told you guys a long time ago that USC is not going to do it, for guys that are requiring overpayments. That's not going to happen. I tried to tell people that, you know what? People want to hear. They want to hear some Mickey Mouse patty cake, Cinderella fairy tale story about other stuff, but I just try to be honest with you guys about this. Is it to say that I don't think we need players? Absolutely. But I told you that USC is not going to go after these guys, and I try to tell you guys the truth. But, you got everybody, I'm not even going to get on that, man. It's just crazy. Texas A&M Center isn't that good. UF getting sued by UGA. Yeah, that's insane, man. It's this whole thing. This lets you know, like, it really needs to be some rules and regulations in place, because right now it's crazy. And we got 222 people in here. Everybody hit that like button, hit that share button. Those who are just coming on, we kind of opened up talking about Jaden Rashada and how this situation is completely lost in the sauce. And we really need to get some type of regulations, because he's suing Florida head coach and a booster for $13 million, which is absolutely insane. It's crazy. So you guys can drop those comments. You guys can let me know what you think. We riding with what we got until we get the wheels. Hey, I'm riding with him, man. I am absolutely riding with him, big dog. Anthony, what's up with you? Cordova isn't a huge loss. Who said we lost Cordova? Hey, we'll see. I mean, it's not done until it's done. Is he a good player? Absolutely. That peanut thing is behind him. I got to see the latest on him, man. I haven't seen anything. Outside of maybe Valus Jones a while ago, what player has left USC and was a major contributor for another program? Can't think of any. Well, I think Bro McCoy was. Bro McCoy, he's a contributor. Are we going to say major? I'm not sure. Gary Bryant, he's a contributor. But I think that's about it. I mean, Gary Bryant he kind of fills in. But other than that, I don't see. I'm trying to think. Who else left? Who else left of Trying to think who else left. Yeah, Velus Jones was a baller. I hated to lose, but it's crazy because Bro McCoy and Velus Jones both went to the Tennessee Volunteers. LBC, what's up, my man? What's up? Invest in 2020 class and rhyme with what we got. Hey, I totally agree with you, man. That's kind of where I'm at with it. Gary Bryan is I'm not about to go. USC Pride, I'm not about to go there. Hey, blessings to you, USCJ and the Trojan family. Hey, Black Diamond, what's up, family? Blessings to you, man. Keaton Slovis. Well, Keaton Slovis, you know, he played at Pitt, then he played at BYU. He did start at quarterback, and he played at Pitt and BYU. That was it. He did contribute to them. So Keaton Slovis, Velus Jones, and Bro McCoy. I think those are the guys right there that really were major contributors. What happened to I haven't heard anything at USC Priority. If you heard anything, if you heard anything about Gus Cordova, let me know. I haven't heard anything, man. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Make sure we get Ryder Lyons. We better get Ryder Lyons. Man, I don't know, man. Oh, yes. You're right. Oh, Lord, forgive me. That's my favorite quarterback. I totally forgot that. Him and Michael Trigg went there together, and both of those guys were big factors. Jackson Dart might win the he's in the Heisman contention this year. So yes, there's some guys that left SC that went and became big time contributors and factors to other schools. I'm about to get out of here. I got a couple of things I want to show you real quick. This is Super West Coast Sports. I don't know if you guys can see this, man. I got a couple of things I want to show you before I get out of here. And this is Super West Coast Sports. Ever since 1980, here are the most wins of West Coast teams. BYU, 380. USC comes in at number 2, 348. Oregon at number 3, 344. Washington, number 4, 332. Fresno State, 329. Utah, 325. Air Force, 323. UCLA, 310. Arizona State, 290. Boise State, 271. Hawaii, 270. San Diego State, 268. Arizona, 266. Wyoming, 262. Stanford, 261. Colorado, 252. Washington State, 244. Colorado State, 240. Cal, 232. San Jose State, 227. Utah State, 219. Nevada, 201. Oregon State, 201. These are the most wins in school history. Super West Coast Sports put out the best winning programs, started from the top to the bottom. BYU has 380 with the most. USC number 2 with 348 ever since 1980. Now that is an incredible stat. Yeah, CJ Williams, man, he's a contributor, but I haven't really seen a whole lot. I know he's at Wisconsin right now, but I haven't seen a whole lot. Hopefully he breaks out to see. Let's see what Damani does. Damani, yeah, absolutely. Let's see what he does, man. We'll see what happens with that. Big Keith, what's up, big dog? What's up with you, Keith? Shout out to Lock High. Shout out to my man Keith, who's coaching at Lock High, man. Former USC player. Big shout out to you. Now, I'm getting ready to close, but I got one more thing that I want to share with you guys, because you guys know BYU being one says that stat has BYU's played all kinds of schools. They play lower competition. So that's a real stat. That's Super West Coast Sports. It's no flaws to it. It is what it is. BYU played, just think, they were in the WAC conference before they were in the Mountain West Conference. This is since 1980. It is what it is. USC is up there. They're number 2. But here's the thing. Hey, what's up, my man? What's up? I got one more thing I want to show you. You guys know yesterday I brought you guys a video. Is USC dropping the ball as it relates to recruiting? I don't think they are. I think that they're recruiting. Do I think we could make a more assertive effort as it relates to getting some of our local guys? Absolutely. But do I think we're dropping the ball? No. And I talked about Dakota Fields, Roger Pleasant, all these different guys. Remember that Peyton Woodyard, USC brought him in Kingston. They brought those 2 guys and brought Troy Polamalu in to help these guys out, to recruit these guys. So the unanimous answer and decision with this is USC is not dropping the ball as it relates to Southern California recruiting. Now, there was a situation, as I stated yesterday in my video, that Bosco had an event, and I brought this up yesterday in my video. Go watch it. And the video is entitled, "Is USC Dropping the Ball?" This was one of the things I talked about. Bosco was in a situation, I mean, they had an event that all coaches, a lot of coaches around the country were there represented. And one of the things I said that USC should have had maybe one guy, analyst or somebody to represent, but that doesn't mean that they're dropping the ball. Now, to prove that, here is a clip of, and he just put this up, Coach Zach Henson put this up yesterday, took a picture, and he just kind of put the stamp on it saying that he's at Modern Day High School. So shout out to Coach. For those who suggest and say that our coaches don't go other places, this is proof right here that Zach Henson is absolutely on the recruiting trail, moving and grooving, man. So look, these guys are going places. These guys are recruiting. So look, man, put the loss in the sauce, animosity toward the coaches. Put that behind you. Zach Henson is there. We got coaches moving there, moving and grooving all around the city and all around trying to recruit. USC is not dropping the ball. Local kid. Yeah, hey, I totally agree, man. Winning in championships will keep SoCal kids. I don't know, man, because Oregon has no championships. What kind of championships do they have? Absolutely nothing. But the landscape is different, man. And I think people they're not getting that. They're not grasping that. People are essentially thinking it's the same way it always has been. And that's not the case. I wish people would really just kind of understand that we are living in a different environment, and it's called NIL. Mark Bowman finally got his offer. I've been telling coaches about him, tight end. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm about to get out of here. Let's see. The only thing the NIL done has given the parents the ability to stunt on. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It is. It's crazy. Young Bucks are so short-sighted. They don't even realize the opportunities they have at USC and LA. They're just looking for the grit. Yeah, it get paid away right away. It's crazy. Got that right. So look, man, happy LBC. It's good to see you, man. It really is, man. It's been a minute. SoCal kids are a little more focused on the money. USC is looking for Cam Fowler, Justice Terry. Well, I tried to talk about that as well. A lot of people dropping the ball and don't really realize that aspect as well, man. They need to get the big picture. They need to understand the opportunities. And I told you guys this. Other kids are recognizing opportunity more so than USC, SoCal kids. For whatever reason, they just think that it almost, and I'm just going to call it like I said. Some kids, it looks, I'm not going to say this is the case, but it looks like some of these kids from SoCal think that they're too good for USC. That's the way it looks to me. I'm not saying that's the way it is, but that's the way it looks to me. I don't know no other way to say it. I mean, because you got other guys. How do you have big-time players like Isaiah Gibson, big-time players like Justice Terry, all of these guys come from all over, and they recognize it instantly, go ahead and commit on a, you even had, and this is no hate. You had a guy like, because different people hit me up about Carson Cox. You guys know I was so high. I'm so high, and I'm still high. I hate that he committed to UCLA, but you got guys like Carson Cox, right? Carson Cox, who's a local guy, Hesperia, right outside of LA. You know what I mean? Like, he could have committed when our last coach was here, but he didn't. And so now he's committed to UCLA. I thought he was going to commit to Arizona State, but he had an opportunity to commit just like the other guys, but he didn't. So my thing is, it's like, if you snooze, you lose. That's the bottom line. And it ain't no hate on Carson Cox, because you guys know I got big love for him. But it is what it is, man. Hey, same to you, man. Same to you. Your kids don't give you Reggie Bush, then Oregon. Man, it ain't even about Reggie Bush. It's not even necessarily about that. It's about recognizing and understanding. I don't think Justice Terry, I don't think Isaiah Gibson, I don't think those guys, those big time number one players in the country that committed to USC because of Reggie Bush, they played defense. So look, that has absolutely nothing to do with it. Oregon has been doing nothing except buying players. Oregon hasn't won nothing. They didn't win nothing with their former coach. They didn't win nothing with this coach. Bottom line, what they play, what have they done different the past 2 years than USC? We played the Pac-12 championship last year. They played the Pac-12 championship last year. What has Dan Lanning done? Anything. What has he won? They lost against Washington twice this year. So tell me, what have they done that's different from USC? USC dropped the ball because of Alex Grinch. It had nothing to do with the coaching staff. Tell me, I want to know what has they done? They go to Oregon because what Oregon has. Man, listen, bro. What have they done lately? Explain it to me. I want you to tell me NFL wise, what have they done lately? What have they produced lately? I mean, tell me. I don't want you just talking. I want you to put receipts down there in the bottom and explain to me what have they done. I can name some guys right now. Amon St. Brown, Michael Pittman, Drake London. I can name some guys right now. Adoree Jackson. How many Oregon guys can you name right now? Come on, bro. Come on with these receipts, man. I need you to talk back to me. Don't just put the information up there without having receipts. Break it down and talk about what has Oregon done lately other than buy players. All that looks good. The optics look good. But the actual product, where's the product at? What is Justin Flo? What is he? Man, I'm not even, boy, look, I'm not even about to go there, man. Yeah, I ain't about to, man, please. What they have done lately, are you, okay. We also can't feel we are dropping the ball because we are losing out on some of the more coveted Cali players. When in fact, we have been getting absolute ballers. Man, we got that. Look, bro, I'm not even, they choose to, people pick and choose to what they want to look at. Are you going to tell me that Marquise Gallegos is not a baller? Are you going to tell me that Marcellus Williams is not a baller? Are you serious? Man, look, man. They pick and choose what they want to look at. I'm about to get over here because you know what? It's crazy. I got my glasses, man, but sometimes when I be putting them on, man, I be sweating, man. It be fogging up. The new generation of kids. We grew up in our heyday. Man, I totally agree with you. hey, man. Hey, I totally agree. I'm about to get up. Let's see. Oregon has field night, buying players for them, and brought everything like facility. Absolutely. So tell me, how does that translate to development? Tell me I want to hear about the development. I want to hear about these big time defensive tackles that got first round pick, that got top 10 picks. I need you to show me that. You talk about what Oregon's been doing lately. I want you to show me that. Show me that right now. Number one picks, top 10. Can anybody show me that? USC had a number one pick overall. Tell me when Oregon's the last time they had a number one overall pick. We had a number one overall pick this year. Where has Oregon had that at? Man, please. I don't even want to hear that. Get that man some water. Hey, I mean, come on, man. Why are you giving all this love to Oregon when they haven't produced nothing? What have they produced? I want to see it. Oregon gimmick system doesn't trend. Exactly. So please show me. I'll wait for a second. Show me. I want to see it. I named off some players right now that USC has in the league. Name off those guys right now that come to the top of your head. You know why you can't do it? Because you can't think of it right away. Nobody can. I think Lanning has done a good job overall. Listen, you can't listen. If you take NIL away, what will we have from Lanning? Will we see the same momentum? Absolutely not. See, this is what I don't like about. Hey, thank you for your comment, because I think a lot of people get lost in the sauce and they don't realize Lincoln Riley before NIL, he was an established recruiter. But now you can't tell. I don't think you guys are distinguishing between NIL aspect and the Oregon, how that's making you just a powerhouse. You cannot say you're a powerhouse with NIL and you're a powerhouse with recruiting. Tell me how Dan Lennon has done a good job over Lincoln Riley. And when you have a greater NIL, is that how you gauging it? Tell me, explain that to me. They have a good roster. Of course, they have a good roster now. It's called the NIL. Of course that. Listen, bro. How do you think Ryan Palem? We got Ryan Palem, who's committed to USC. All of a sudden, at the last minute, making his commitment, he flips. You know why? Because Oregon comes in late, makes the call, and tell you, we're going to give you this big bag. He know Ryan Palem got a son. He know Ryan Palem has a kid, and he needs to support that kid. So now you want to give a bag at the last minute? Man, they're not. How's that doing a good job? To me, that's coming in at the last minute. It's not saying you're the best recruiter. So I throw all that out the door, please. Please, it's really not. Bro, Franklin Irvin. What? How's that translate to the NFL? How does that translate to the NFL? USC's had a lot of good guys. We had Ronald Jones. You know, we've had guys that come through there that play in the league. I mean, how does that translate to the NFL? I can guarantee you right now, our guys this year, like Marshawn Lloyd, other guys that we've had at USC are going to translate better than some of those guys. I can guarantee you that. Our receivers, they're going to translate better than that. DeForest Barkley is probably the best duck. Herbert is a good one, but he doesn't have – that's it. You can't think of nobody else. You know, I mean, we still got guys that are still on rosters like a Drake Jackson. You know, we still got some guys that are just, you know, under the radar type of guys. And we saw this year, Amon St. Brown signed one of the biggest contracts that you could possibly have as a USC Trojan with the Detroit Lions. Michael Pittman signed a contract. Drake London, he's doing his thing. I mean, come on, bro. You don't see that going on with Oregon right now at all. I don't even want, man, I'm telling you, everything, it really gets under my skin every time I hear it, because nobody really addresses the real situation, which is the NIL. Nobody really talks about that. When we got actual players that have the proof, that are putting up, that are doing things in the league right now. Willie Lyons dropping checks to Chip Kelly, Oregon. Absolutely. Dakota, let's see. I forgot about him. Mekhi Blackman, Jordan Addison, all those guys. And I bet, you know what you guys, you know what some people will say? They'll probably say this. They'll probably say, oh, well, you guys got guys that transferred in. Even before we had guys, like I said, Amon St. Brown, Drake London, all those guys. We still had guys going to the league. Elijah Vera Tucker. It don't matter. I mean, you could keep going on and on. Zach Banner. I mean, you can go on and on and on with guys that USC has had in the league to produce. I mean, but you don't hear a lot of them. Thule, absolutely. You've had multiple guys, man. It could go on and on and on. Absolutely. But where are those guys for Oregon? Where are those receipts at? You can't find them. You cannot find them. If you can find them, I'm waiting on you to put those guys in the chat. I forgot about Talanoa Hufanga, him too. I mean, come on, man. But you got to go dig them up. You got to go dig them up in the backyard to try to go find them, because they're hard to find. You got to go all the way to the end to hit the roots in order till you find them. I could just name them just off the top of my head like that with USC. You know why? Because USC, the proof is in the pudding, man. It is what it is. Jay, results are selling themselves to the highest bidder. I mean, recruits are selling themselves to the highest bidder because, as you said, only 1%. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Oregon has done nothing. Underachieving? Absolutely. Man, they don't want to talk about that. But you want to give credit. The Civil War. You want to give all this credit to Oregon, but they have done absolutely nothing. And Dan Lennon he's looking like a good recruiter, has a little cigar in his mouth, look like he's popping his collar, all because he got a major guy backing him. And here's the credit I'm going to give Dan Lennon. Dan Lennon was a smart man not to even take that Alabama job. He knows that he has all resources at the tip of his fingers right now, and he knows that he has absolutely got everything that he needs, and you can get the best players right there in Oregon because of Phil Knight. That's the credit I give to Dan Lanning. Other than that, I'm not giving you a credit to be a good coach, because with all these players and all the resources you have, you know what you should be doing? You should have won this year. Washington, that doesn't even have close to the NIL that USC has or what you have at Oregon, but you still lost. Explain that one to me. You lost twice. You know why? Because Kalen DeBoer is a better coach than him. That's why. So let's just call it like it is, man. You want to give Oregon these credit, man? I'm not giving them crap. I'm not. SoCal kids are spoiled. Hey, it is what it is. Texas, Georgia they realize the opportunities, man, in Los Angeles. They're seizing the moment. I'm not giving Lanning. Lanning is winless against. He's absolutely Civil War, all of it. But Oregon can't develop the players and will always choke. Absolutely. I mean, you got the players, but why are you not winning the championship? So that's the thing. You were in the same situation as USC last year, but you guys some people are giving Oregon all this credit. I'm not buying it. I'm not hearing it. Please stop it. Stop. Oregon is identical to the Clippers. They are, man. Big money backing, but no results. It's the same way. Now, my homeboy, I'm not even going to get into him because he's a big Clipper fan. I don't even understand how he's a Clipper fan. I'm still trying to figure that out. How in the world are you a Clipper fan? But Oregon can't develop players. So, look, man, I'm out of here, man. You guys, look, man, I'm going to tap in with you guys. We start talking about Jaden Rashada, but we got into some other stuff, man. But listen, man, everybody stay blessed. I'm about to go hit the gym up. I ain't even worked out yet. I'm about to go get it in, man. Where is my... I don't even see it. But anyway, you guys already know you can go to buckedup.com and use promo code USCJ32. Where is my stuff? I don't even see it. Use promo code USCJ32 and you will get a discount from any Bucked Up product. I'm about to go get some Bucked Up stuff going right now. Oh, here it is. Bucked Up shot. I just take one of these, man. Blackie Chan, my man that's in the chat, he uses this stuff too, man. And thank you to everybody that has been using promo code USCJ32 and been getting a discount. It's been working for me, and it's been working for you, obviously, because you guys keep coming back. So, look, man, until later on, everybody stay blessed. Fight on, fight on, fight on.